Geeks, what is going on? UniteTheClans here, back in your life with another episode of the incredible Beginner's Guide. If you haven't seen part 1, I will link to it right now. Go check it out. And if you have, sit back, and we're going to be here for the next 20 minutes, half an hour in this episode exploring this game. We left off completing a level with a lamppost. It was clear Coda now had a destination. This game is connected to the internet. You walk around, blah blah blah. As notes, you see are left. I couldn't follow that. That was too fast. Here's a note. Oh, nice room. Not. Are these other players' notes? Oh.
So first off, I'm sure you can deduce this, but this game is not connected to the internet. All of the notes that you're going to see have been written by Coda. This was actually the first game of his that I ever played. This was shortly after I met him at a weekend game jam in Sacramento, where I grew up. I saw him working on this very level, and it was just so different from anything that anyone else was doing. So right away I was like, I have to be friends with this person. In retrospect, I think I was probably a bit too pushy, trying to get his attention. I was over-enthusiastic. But he was very gracious about it and very patient with me. And I cooled off eventually. Oh, feel free to skip over any of these notes if they're not doing anything for you. Nothing extra is going to happen if you read all of them. Either way, to me they convey a sense of loneliness. I see this person who's filled with thoughts and feelings and beliefs and has no way to express them except as scattered and unheard voices in a game that wasn't meant to be played.
Balls.
But it's ironic, isn't it, that in playing this game and seeing how alone Coda often felt, that we get to know him better and actually kind of connect with him. And I have to be honest with you, this idea is really seductive to me, that I could just play someone's game and see the voices in their head and get to know them better and have to do less of the messy in-person socializing.
Such an introvert.
I could just get to know you through your work. I think this is why I always liked Coda's games so much, is because it felt like they let me have that connection. I felt as though he was inviting me personally into his world. And then I feel less lonely too.
Someday I will meet the person who made this. That is a weird thought to write about yourself. Wow. Oh, look at this abstract, impressionist art. I don't know if it's either of those things. Wow. I don't want to read all this, guys. I don't know what to say, guys.
At the end of this level, we're going to see the puzzle again. And here, I'll tell you what I think the puzzle means. Each of these games represents an idea that was on Coda's mind at the time that he was making it. And the puzzle is a way of closing the door on a previous chapter of his life before moving on to the next one. In each of his games, after exploring a theme that, he might find difficult, Coda can then place this puzzle that he knows has a reliable solution, he understands exactly how it works, and so it gives him a simple mechanism for moving on.
Huh. I know the answer.
And because there's this dark area between the doors, a space between spaces, before you move on, you get to pause. Just for a moment, a few seconds to reflect on and let go of the events that led you here. To step back and connect the pieces together. To grasp at that elusive bigger picture.
And hang out in the black area in between. Listen to the whispers. This game has intense audio right now. Is that a typewriter? 1,000 typewriters? And a lamppost. Hey, stop that. Stop. May to June 2009. Porn Stars
Okay,
Guide
this one
to.
is
This
tough.
one sounds fun.
It's gonna kind of just spin its own wheels for a few minutes. Hang with it.
What? This does feel like a porn star's house. That's not music. I wouldn't call that music. Okay.
See, like, this is it. The whole game. And there's nothing that's particularly interesting about it. You just walk to the end of a hallway. Except, for some reason, Coda gets really fixated on this prison that has all of this modern furniture. And I don't know why, but he decides he needs to revisit this prison. He's gonna start over, use the same assets, turn it into something else. Okay, cool. Here's version 2.
Wow. Furniture's gone. Yeah. That's not exactly what I was thinking of, man. Washing machine, 10 stoves, or a huge picture of a horse. 10 stoves. It's not going as I requested. I think we should light this room up a bit. Yeah, skylight, full ceiling, baby. Let's go with a simple one. Skylight it up. That's not the answer. A table. You need a table. I'm pretty sure... What is it? Who are you? Where exactly are you doing this from? I'm pretty sure none of my choices are making a difference, and tables were invented in 1935. I'm gonna go with 2. Pretty sure none of my choices are making a difference. Whoa. Oh.
There's a bit more to this one, but still, it's not really communicating anything. It's kind of just weird for weirdness' sake. So okay, he throws it out and starts over. This time he comes at the prison idea from a different direction.
Absolutely. First, click on this table. Good, now go over to the photo frame. Click to turn it slightly. Now turn the floor lamp in this room off and turn it back on. Now obviously this is all in an attempt to escape prison. Left side sofa. Touch those shelves. That's it. In a real prison, the escape will now be open. Return to the start. To be taken back to your prison. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. Shoot! I was not paying attention.
And of course, now the table is gone and you can't begin the chain of events to escape. Here's a version where there are no bars, but you can't actually get to the well. And then a version where the inside of the prison is the outside and the outside is the inside.
What?
Let me just blink you real quick through a few more of these. I mean, he really unloaded on this prison idea. There's
he did.
Personally, I think it's awful to watch this. To see a person basically unraveling through their work. And for what? Like, at what point do you just go, maybe there are game ideas other than this prison that I could be working on? But Coda doesn't have that voice telling you to stop, that particular mechanism of defense against yourself. Without it, you just spiral. And so he keeps going and going and going and going and going, and then he hits on something. And he likes it. And that's it. He's done. He stops making prisons. This is the very last version of the prison game that he created. And the reason I think it works is that the prison is not actually in it.
On grass now. We just go to the lamppost. Lamppost equals game over. It's a phone booth. Game over? Uh-huh. Hello? Who is this? Hey, it's me. I'm you from after you escaped the prison. What? You're me? So you were trapped in this prison too?
It's a conversation. And so this is what Coda wants, is to be able to talk to someone, to share what's on his mind, and to get some good advice from someone who knows.
Huh.
But the irony is that even in this scenario, you're still talking to yourself. You know, all of these games so far are Coda talking to himself.
Let's go with 2. I was in the tutorial. I'm so glad to know I eventually get out. What's it like to escape? It's actually, I'm forgetting what being in the prison was like. It's strange, but in a way, I kind of miss being in the prison. It feels like being completely still and wildly in motion at the same time. I'm gonna go with 1. Really? How long has it been since you got out? Years, like I've been standing right here working up the nerve to call you. Only a few minutes, but somehow it's already fuzzy, kind of like it never happened. 2. But this is the worst, most desperate thing I've ever been through. How could you possibly forget it? Haha, I promise it's not as bad as you think right now. You don't ever forget, you just stop identifying with it. Anything can seem infinite when you're drenched in it. Let's go with that. Wait, if you're me, then how did you get a call from another version of you when you were trapped? No, I think I'm the first person to call back. That doesn't make sense. Let's go with 2. Yes, I did get a call. That's how I escaped. What did they tell you? What did you have to do to get out? None of these happened. I guess because whatever I say is right. What should I do? 3. We're gonna go with 3. They just talked to me for a while. Let's talk for a while. What? That freed you? How does that work? Listen, you can't know until you're out, but I promise it works. Or 2, just talk to me. Yeah, let's go with that. Okay, I can talk. Let's just talk for a bit. Will you be here? I will be here for as long as you need.
I can see why he considers this a fitting conclusion to the prison games. After all of the obsession and frustration, just to be told by someone you can trust that things are going to be okay. Wouldn't that be nice?
Huh. Of course. August 2009.
So what would it look like if Coda wanted to make a game about talking to someone other than himself?
I guess we're about to find out.
To me, this environment is meant to represent Coda's puzzle, with the 2 doors on either side and a dark transitional space between.
Huh. So we have to go in here, lock ourselves in here, and then we'll get the switch that lets us in the other one? Well, my goodness, I'm glad as heck that you showed up. I thought I might be having to clean this entire house all by myself, and right miserable that would have been. Everybody knows lonesome hands make lousy homes.
You'll notice that the quality of the art is a step up from previous games, including this new and improved chat system, which he started using from this point on. From here on out, he begins putting much more effort into the visual polish of his work, and this particular game took 2 months to create as a result.
I do like it. It's a mix of old and new. Everyone knows lonesome hands make lousy homes. Don't worry about me, a place this nice, I'll be glad to stay here all night. And lousy homes make home loners. Are we cleaning this whole place? Let's go with 1. Don't worry about me, a place this nice, I'll be glad to stay here all night. Well, now you might just be getting a little ahead of yourself there, no? Why don't we start cleaning, and then you decide whether you could do it all night. I'll finish up here. In the meantime, could you please clear the table? Here is the table, my friend. Table's been cleared. That was easy. Go make the bed in the bedroom. Nice. Oh, what a gorgeous bedroom. I gotta build something like this in Minecraft. Of course, straighten that out. Easy. Maybe the bookshelf? All the little details matter. Do you enjoy being a house cleaner? How do you end up doing this job? It's a long time since I've seen a house this messy. Let's go with 2. A friend dragged me along at a time when I was particularly desperate for cash. Turns out I've never felt so good doing something for money in my whole life. Never did like cleaning my own home. Might have got some demons I ain't ready to face yet. And speaking of demons, someone put this couch in a mess. Would you come out and straighten these pillows here? Of course. Done. Oh dear, looks like someone spilled a drink. No problem. Get cleaned up. I feel compelled to share an incredibly cheesy personal insight. You okay with that? Let's go with 2. Yeah, I'll try to get by. No. No, it was stupid. Sorry. Never mind. Hey, these dishes need to be washed. Why don't you come do that? Well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you feel awkward, but just didn't want to open myself up like that. I'm a man after all. Hard to show my effeminate side. Go clean the tub. You know what? I'm doing all the work right now. No need to be perfect. We're all just human. So are there still books scattered on the floor in the bedroom? Well, Jesus. If you knew it was there, why'd you not fix it yourself? Perfect indeed. And how about you come and clear these... Excuse me?
After the intense set of prison games, this house cleaning level almost feels like cleansing.
Clear the table again.
After a particularly difficult or traumatic experience where you just need to let it sit and digest inside of you, and eventually cohere into something meaningful.
House cleaning is so difficult. How do you do it? Are all houses this easy to clean? Or 3, do the chores never end? Darling, let me tell you something. Whatever work you do, you have absolutely got to own it. Otherwise, it owns you. So why don't we be with the task at hand and leave the future chores to future you?
Coda really liked this game.
Present wants you to smooth out the rug in the bedroom, believe it or not.
Called me up
Trust me,
to come over and
this
look
one.
at it. This was during a period of a few months where he was like grossly happy all the time. Just walked around with a constant smile on his face.
Earlier, when I said I had a really cheesy thought, I was going to say that it occurs to me that one's house is a lot like one's soul. You take care of it and it takes care of you. Huh. Don't know why I felt so weird about saying that. I get it. It's a weird thing to say to someone you met. Yeah, you're right. That's pretty cheesy. No, but there's a bit of truth in it, no. What? But there's a bit of truth in it, no? Yes, let's distract from the work and have a real conversation anyway. So, housekeeping. No, let's talk. Let's talk. Clean up the books, thanks. I'm making this guy uncomfortable. Get into the soul. Get into the emotion. Get tidied. Bed? No, bed's in good shape. Pillows on the couch.
I'm glad he found some peace.
It is peaceful. Incredibly. Question.
But
do you
of course,
enjoy this?
It can't last. The music stops, your companion is gone, it's time to leave. The door at the top of the hill is now open as well. Again, you can't stay in the dark space for too long. You just can't. You have to keep moving. It's how you stay alive.
I feel cold. I feel very cold. Wow. I forgot all about this door. This game has been powerful so far. Really incredibly unique. And there's our lamppost. And the end.
Which is the whole point of the puzzle doors, right? That sooner or later you have to pick up and move. I really thought that was the point of it.
Loading. September 2009. Items you love
This one
at
gets a
members
bit
only
goofy.
prices. Oh god, is that noise in my headphones? Oh, I thought my dogs were... Why did you come here today? Was it to improve your life? Was it to get a better job? Was it to make your relationships more meaningful? No. You came here to be perfect. This workshop is going to teach you how to be perfect. I want your friends, the people in your life that look at you and think, wow, this person is a better human being than I am. Right now, do you think about that way in your own life? Who do you know that is so well developed as a person that they can make you feel disgusted with yourself, compared to whom you feel useless, selfish, ungrateful? I intend to make you into that person. Perfection is within your grasp, and the question is not how we do it, but how we do it effortlessly. This is easy. It is so easy. It is
About
so
halfway
easy.
through the game, the
Being
perspective
perfect
shifts.
is effortless. Ah. This is the key. How do I achieve it with no effort?
And you play as the teacher. And suddenly, you discover that your teacher is just as bigoted and afraid as you are. Oh, and also you can move around the classroom.
We're gonna go with number 3. Kids should not follow their dreams. Well, let me tell you right now, it isn't effortless. Then it's not the right answer. I still love you, it's just that you make me feel cold on the inside. And 3, being alone must be awful. Yeah, that's right. If you are torturing yourself trying to find the right solutions for your life, you're not doing it right. 2, drinking is not hurting my life. Seek out only one thing. What is the easiest, simplest path forward? There is no truth. There is no path. Oh yeah. Anyone want to do some ecstasy after this? What if I'm not a good teacher? This is epic. Nothing. No one.
I felt pretty hard for this one. I feel like it's one of the most
Perfection.
relatable experiences that you can have. To assume that some other person is perfect and totally fulfilled in every way, and completely miss all of the little flaws that make them painfully human. I think about this game a lot these days.
Jesus, the sound. I keep thinking things are happening around me.
This one took a lot longer than all the others for Coda to make. It was 4 months between this and the last one. That's twice as long as it took him to make any other game before this, and it's not like it's particularly complex, so I remember I found that a little strange at the time.
Dude could have had some other stuff going on in his life, who knows? Wow. This does remind me of the last one. Hit the lights, baby. Yes! Places, please. In this scene, you will be playing as me. We are at a gathering of professionals. First, you'll start out leaning against this wall. Yeah, no problem. I can play it cool. No problem. Woman across the room in this chair. She's a professional photographer of animals. It's your dream to photograph animals professionally. This is your one chance to learn something from her, to gain something, to succeed. Go on, say something to her. Hello. Hello. That's it? That's not a conversation. You actually need to converse with her. Be a human being. Do it again. I'm super scared right now. No. That's not what I said to her at all. You're completely missing the tone of the conversation. I was reserved, but I knew what I wanted. I was confident. For some reason, it was just that one moment, but I was confident. Maybe it's that you need a better feel of the setting. There were a lot of people around us. I'll give you some props to work with. These cones that bounce when you touch them will represent the people nearby. Okay, you must have worked really hard to get to where you are. I bet you've learned to lean into the pain. Let's go with 1. It's the easiest one. Oh, I'm messing it up all again. You'll freak her out if the conversation gets that personal that quickly. Do you not realize how important this was for me? Everything is riding on this. Okay. I want to try something. Try stepping back from the stage. No problem. Got some parquet flooring back here. Well, let's not go to the lamppost. What the hell? Okay, yes, now this is working.
The game ends with this eerie premonition of what's going to happen next in Coda's life. The solution, social anxiety, to fears of having to perform and having to chase success, the answer for Coda is to withdraw, to hide himself away. Which is what leads to scenarios like the stairs that slowed you down several games ago, where it just becomes harder and harder to access Coda's inner landscape because he keeps retreating. He just keeps backing away from possible connections to anyone other than himself. And to be honest, I didn't consider it very healthy when I first played this game. You know, it looked to me like he was trying to justify the idea of just disconnecting yourself from the world. And that wasn't what I wanted for him or for his games. Because I feel like a lot of his games are inviting me to connect with this person, to bring him closer. But what can you do? After this, Coda went off and took another 5 months to make a new game.
Guys, I'm sorry I have to stop in the middle of such an engrossing narrative, but I think that's going to do it for this, the second episode of the Beginner's Guide. I hope you guys are enjoying. I'm going to keep these coming to you every few days in between the episodes of Among the Sleep while I am away from the channel when I move. Guys, I'm going to link you to the entire playlist for the Beginner's Guide at the end of this video. I'll also link you to my playthrough of the Stanley Parable created by Davey Wreden, the man who has written and narrating this game. Geeks, thank you so much for watching. I'm UniteTheClans, and I will see you all in the next episode.